Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Today we present you 50 beautiful retro historical photos. We hope you will appreciate our work. Write your comment and click the subscribe button. Enjoy the show and here we go. Raquel Welch, American actress and sex symbol. Photo shoot 1967. Stunning Eve Eden, in 1963. Summer 1938. Daughter of Virgil Thaxton, farmer, near Mechanicsburg, Ohio. February 1922. Woman on sled being pulled by biplane in snow, with Washington Monument in background. January 28, 1922. Snow, Washington, D.C. A frosty Ford Model T during the blizzard of 1922. New York, February 1952. Your Show of Shows comedian Sid Caesar and Imogen Coca doing a skit about a couple watching the Continental Dot. January 1937. Migrant agricultural workers. Family from New Mexico, camped near the packing house at Deerfield, Florida. Note the box labeled Yakima apples, which has been carried all the way from the apple orchards of Washington. June 1943. Washington, D.C. pasting up a telegram at the Western Union Telegraph Office. Doris and Dorothy Bell send and receive telegrams from the Baltimore Circuit. New York circa 1910. Broadway and Hotel Victoria. April 1952. Actress Audrey Hepburn experimenting with various hairstyles, wigs, and makeup for film Roman Holiday. Circa 1920s. Men building sand castle and two unidentified women. Long Beach, New York. March 1943. Acomita, New Mexico. Brakeman Ari Capsi repacking a journal box of a special car as the train on the Atchison, Topeka Santa Fe Railroad between Belen and Gallup, New Mexico, waits on a siding. June 24, 1938. Shirley sees her old friend the President. Shirley Temple leaving the White House today after a very important conference with the President. Shirley told Mr. Roosevelt about losing a tooth last night, and he told her about Sis Di and Buzzy losing their teeth. July 1920. Washington, D.C. Dr. H.B. Bradford. Professor Harry Bradford. Naturalist and animal artist. According to the Washington Post, was also, in 1910, President of the Anti-Vaccination Society of the District of Columbia. 1904. Main Street, Dayton, Ohio. Home of the Tooth Tower. January 19, 1951. Common accidents in the home? A sentiment open to a number of interpretations. December 1941. Washington, D.C. Girls in Hot Shops Restaurant. July 1937. Georgia Road sign. Photo by Dorothea Lange, who seems to have appreciated quirky signs. Circa 1910. Chester Cathedral, England. Major construction 11th to 15th century. February 1911. Bayou La Battery, Alabama. Little Julie attending the baby at home. All the older ones are at the factory. She shucks oysters also. Alabama Canning Company. March 1943. Conductor George E. Burton, having lunch in the caboose on the Atchison, Topeka Santa Fe between Chicago and Chillicothe. January 29, 1922. Washington, D.C. Knickerbocker after collapse. Aftermath of the Knickerbocker Theater disaster, in which the snow-laden roof of Harry Crandall's cinema at Columbia Road and 18th Street caved in, killing 98 moviegoers. 1951. Santa Barbara, California. Lana Turner by pool at the Coral Casino. September 1942. Manpower. Americans all. Husky, bright-eyed Joe Gore Jr. is a young American of Polish descent who is determined that Hitler shall be driven from Poland and kept from America's shores. Canal Street in New Orleans circa 1910. Large building is the Maison Blanche department store. October 1942. High School Victory Corps. The Fireman's Carry. Method of carrying a wounded comrade is shown here by boys in the commando course of the physical education program at Flushing High School, Queens, New York. May 1936. Somewhere in Indiana. Auto transport at gas station. Imogen Hassall, English film and television actress. Photo 1964. July 31st, 1922. Laurel, Maryland. Two BO freights wrecked in head-on crash at Laurel Switch. December 1942. Armed guard at a copper smelter of the Phelps Dodge Mining Company at Morenci, Arizona. This plant is supplying great quantities of the copper so vital in our war effort. circa 1910. Beach Street, Manchester, New Hampshire. Washington, D.C., 1920. Potomac Sales Company front. Adding to the scant contemporary documentation of the Dixie Flyer, one of many assembled cars from the early years of motoring. July 1957. Actor James Arness filming on location for the television series Gunsmoke. January 1943. New York. 16-year-old boy who is in the Naval Reserve on Mulberry Street. Hans Coliseum, interior. A flag-bedecked footwear sale held by the Hans chain of shoe stores at Washington, D.C. Center Market in July 1920. Circa 1890s 1900. Beach and Ladies Bathing Place, Margate, England. Circa 1910. RR Station at Manchester, New Hampshire. Washington, D.C., 1921. Potomac Sales Company, Rec. Just up the alley from P. McEwen, Horse Shore. March 1943. View from Caboose on the Atchison, Topeka Santa Fe Railroad between Belen and Gallup, New Mexico. January 1959. Majority of photographs concern Dr. John O. Brown, Negro ophthalmologist, and his family, and depicts various forms of racial segregation and integration in Miami. May 1943. Clinton, Iowa. Women wipers of the Chicago Northwestern Railroad going out to work on an engine at the Roundhouse. (1913) Annapolis, Maryland. U.S. Naval Academy football team. (1913) Annapolis, Maryland. U.S. Naval Academy football team. F Street Northwest in Washington, D.C., circa 1906. New York, circa 1931. R.H. Macy Company. Building Broadway 34th Street. The original big box retailer. Washington, D.C., circa 1925. Federal Clothing Store, 621 7th Street Northwest. March 1936. Low-cost housing. St. Louis, Missouri. Cigars and Coke not included. Circa 1910. Coal barges at confluence of Allegheny and Monongahela Rivers at Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. January 1922. Washington, D.C. Man in three-wheeled vehicle. Bonus photo for you, a beautiful retro woman. Amy Lynn Baxter, American actress, 1988. This is the end of our performance. We hope you enjoyed it and appreciate our work. See you in the next performance. Have a good day.